Today we welcome Mourad Zaoui from The Forgiven. The Forgiven also stars Ralph Fiennes and Jessica Chastain, and of course for all our viewers, Mourad is also a very big fan of Shantaram, as he was just telling me, and he would love to
Yes.
go to India and experience all the experiences he read about over there.
Yeah, and I don't wanna go to the fancy touristy places. I don't want to go to the beaches. I don't want to go to nice hotels. I want to be with the people. I want to experience that. And there is this line from Shantaram that I loved, and I was able to understand it and relate to it because he said there are so many people in India, and still they can live together, and that wouldn't happen like in either Europe or not even in my country where there's only 35 million people and they're willing to kill each other just for a piece of the road. And he said something that what keeps India going is love.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
sweet. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
What India,
yeah,
I don't know if it's true. I don't know, but I was like, oh my God, it makes sense. It
yeah.
makes sense. Love. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it definitely, we certainly, like, I think on an individual level, we have a great culture of love. I mean, group level, I don't know, but individual level, yes,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of love. So I guess what we'll do is we'll start out by asking you a bit about your role.
Yes.
Like what is your role like over there in The Forgiven? Can you tell our audience about it?
My role in this movie, so when I first read the script of Hamid, who plays the servant to the couple played by Cale Blanchard Jones and Matt Smith. So Hamid is the servant, basically. He works for them. He cleans. He doesn't cook, but he serves. He takes care of everything. He's basically the man maid. But Hamid is way more than that. Hamid is the audience's anchor. And I had a conversation with Lawrence Osborne yesterday, and he said, yeah, that's how I wrote it, as the audience's anchor. And then Hamid is also the moral compass of the piece. Hamid doesn't judge anyone, even though he's a very religious man. He doesn't judge. He respects everyone's flaws, like both the Western foreigners that he doesn't despise, but he just I don't know how to say that. He doesn't despise them. He just accepts their humanity. He's like this, like I know the word in French, but not in English. Bienveillant. Benevolent.
Quel est le spell? Benevolence. Yeah.
Benevolent being. That's so sweet. For me, I'm like he's like this Sufi monk, and that so. What else? Hamid is the audience's anchor. Hamid is, like I said, the moral compass of the piece. That's why, like, all the philosophical quotes come from him. Hamid is like this better version of me that I wish I could be one day.
Oh, wow. So then, for the benefit of our audience, could you also share a little background about Morocco in context of the film? Because I don't know how much background or history people have about Morocco.
Yes. So, like my favorite thing that I like to say about Morocco is Morocco has the oldest university in the world that was built 1,200 years ago by a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, Morocco is a mix of mostly two ethnicities, the Berbers and the Arabs who invaded Morocco. Not invaded, but yeah, let's call it that. It was an invasion, of course. Like invaded Morocco 1,000 years ago. So there was a mix of that. Morocco, I mean, according to some reviews, they say it has the second best cuisine in the world after the French, but I think that's kind of relative. We have this amazing king. His name is Mohammed VI, and since he took over, he basically since he took over, the Morocco is an open chantier in French. That's another word that I don't know how to say in English. Like there's freeways getting built, schools, hospital. He just built the biggest solar plants in the world. Fourth third world country that doesn't have oil, that doesn't have diamonds, that doesn't have gold. It's amazing. We have amazing beaches. People are sweet, nice. Depending on, I mean, if you go to Casablanca, that's the biggest city in Morocco. So it's the dog eats dog. but it's still, yeah, it's still my home, and it's still a beautiful country. And we're at the tip of North Africa. We were invaded by the Portuguese, the Spanish. That's why you have in certain towns Portuguese architecture. We have Spanish architecture. So northern Moroccans, they speak Moroccan and Spanish. The rest of the country that was occupied by the French speaks mostly French. So, like I said, we have two ethnies, or three major ones. So the Berbers, the Arabs, and the Sahrawis. And I'm Berber. And I just discovered something about the Berbers. It's a matriarchal society. And then when there is a marriage in the Berber community, it's not the wife that moves in with the husband, but the husband that moves in with the wife. And one of the biggest shames that a man can bring upon himself, family or tribe, is not to be a good enough husband and get kicked out by the wife.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's a really different twist on things.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just then wondering, okay, could you tell us about, I guess, how the current scene in Morocco may compare with what's being depicted in the film? Like, do you find these depictions are accurate?
The movie is not a depiction of Morocco, because you can't make a movie, let's say, in some old Maharaja's house in India and say this is a depiction of India. Morocco is so many things. It's just another layer of Morocco. It's just another. It's not even a layer. It's just an anecdote of Morocco. It was shot in the desert. So Morocco, you have deserts, you have mountains. We have a city called Ifran. If you look it up and look at photos of it, you're gonna think it's Switzerland, not Morocco. No, it's not a depiction, but it's a depiction of a party that happened in Morocco.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it is something that like a Moroccan person would go and see and say, yes, okay, I can see this happening there, right? Like, versus, okay, it's my imagination that I created it. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Those events happen. We have tourists and that come, and a lot of French people retire in Morocco, and I know also that a lot of wealthy people, they have houses, and they throw party and they bring their friends and they do stupid things. And I can do the same thing. I can have a friend of mine who owns a house, I don't know, in southern Spain, and go there and do something stupid. Yeah, that happens. It's I think it's human nature.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So it's a depiction of human nature that happens to take place in Morocco.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very good way of putting it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, the reason I was asking is because, okay, Hollywood has had a history of a lot of inaccurate depictions in the past. That's why I was wondering about that. Okay. So, all right. Okay, cool. So then, what are some similarities or differences you find between working in Morocco and in the Hollywood scenario?
For me, I don't care about the fluff. I don't care about the trailer. I don't care about being flown business or first class, and I don't care about all of that stuff. But when it comes to so for me, my job is the script. Hit your mark, know your lines, don't be late. And that's there's no difference in that. When it comes to the core of my job, there's no difference between Hollywood or Morocco. Maybe the budget might be bigger and you might take your time more to shoot scenes and there's no rush. In Hollywood, but there is rush. But in Morocco, I remember when I first started my career there, I would get to the set and I look at the call sheet and there is 12 scenes for the day. In Hollywood, it doesn't exist. I mean, you don't do 12 major scenes I'm talking about early in my career. But the last movie that I've done in Morocco, it's called The Green March. It's based on a true event when in 1975, the Moroccan people did this like walk and freed the Western Sahara from the occupation of the Spanish without firing a bullet. But when we did that movie, we worked at Hollywood standards.
Okay. So, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like most of us grew up watching those movies, are a fan of those movies, and even the directors and the writers, like all over the world. And when we try to do movies and tell stories, now we're doing it the American way or the Hollywood way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if that's where you wanted to ask with your question, but I hope I answered.
Yeah, no, yes, I think you did answer it. Yes.
Yeah, and the other thing is, in Hollywood, the actor has way more weight and value in a production than it is in Morocco. In Morocco, oh, Mourad is not available. Okay, I'm gonna call my brother and act.
This is so funny.
Yeah, I've been offered a role in a TV show, the lead, about 2-3 years ago, and I was talking to the director that I worked with, and he's a sweet guy and he's very talented. I was like, well, who's the actress who's gonna play opposite me? Who's going to be the actress who's gonna play the lead? Who's the actress who's going to play the lead? I speak too fast. I'm sorry. Who's gonna play the lead? And he said, my wife. And I said, I'll get back.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So people can substitute their family members for roles in the movie. Okay.
Yes. Because the directors are writers. Even most of them don't know how to write. You can just ask them to tell you a joke. They don't know how to tell a joke. And how can you expect them to tell a whole story with movie? And they also produce and direct. So they can do whatever the heck they want.
Okay, so then now this brings me to my next question, which was, did you get to see any films at TIFF? And if so, what were there any favorites?
I was dying to see Dunes at TIFF, but I could not, because since the movie came out, it had a lot of interest, and I was doing like events and interviews. I would go sit in this amazing hotel owned by this amazing and they had this restaurant called the Gatsby, and I'm a great fan of the Gatsby. So I would go sit in the Gatsby and do interviews all day. So that's why I didn't have a chance to watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, because that was something I was curious about too. That how much do the talent that come to TIFF get a chance to watch movies, or do they end up having to spend a lot of time trying to conduct interviews or photo shoots?
Yeah, I mean, it was my first time at TIFF, and there were like so many things that I couldn't that I wanted to do, and I would go do interviews all day, then go to events and red carpets in the evening, and then when I don't have free time, I just want to sleep. I just want to be in bed and
that I can completely understand. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much one human being can do, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I used to think that I was Superman, but I just found that the hard way that I wasn't.
You're so hilarious. Oh my gosh! Wow! Like, my God! I thank you so much for joining us today.
There is something that I want to talk to you about, and that since you're from India, so I was shooting a German movie with this amazing director. Her name is Caroline Link. She's an Oscar-winning director. She won a Best Oscar in 2001 for Nowhere in Africa, and I was in Marrakesh, and I was wearing this. You don't remember the time where the masks were in fashion? Those like big sunglasses, and I was wearing those. And I was with the production assistants and the second AD, and we were walking from one set to the other, and we were talking in English. And this Indian family comes to me, and the one of the daughters comes to me, and she was about 12, and she was like, "You're an actor, right?" I was like, "Yeah." How do you know? She's like, "Well," and then she turns around and look at her mom, and she's like, "Can we take a photo with you?" I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
I took photos with them, etc. And then she started. The mom talked to me in a language that I didn't understand. She thought I was Hriti Roshan. And if you have a moment, just for fun, go to YouTube. Do you have time now? I want you to go to YouTube and type Mourad Zaoui Hriti Roshan, and you will see something that I was shocked by. Do it now. It's hilarious.
Okay, all right. I'll take on this challenge. I'm going on YouTube. So what do you say, Mourad Zaoui
it's
plus?
Mourad, Mourad space Zaoui, and just space it and
Okay.
type Ritik Roshan.
Oh, Hrithik Roshan. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Let's see what we come up with. Okay. Okay. I'm not. Okay. I'm getting
You're
more
gonna have
Hrithik Roshan leads.
no, you're gonna
Zaoui.
get a oh, because you're in India, you're gonna get like a video where there's my face and his face.
Okay. Did you mean? Okay. Oh, okay. Lookalike. Yes. Yes. You are coming up now. I see that. Yes.
But
My
are you on
God.
YouTube or Google? Are you on YouTube or Google?
I'm on YouTube and I do see yes, like a lookalike video. Yes, like it looks like, I mean, like you guys are so similar looking.
Play the video. Play the video.
Okay, yeah.
Can you play the video?
Yeah, I'll play the video.
And they put like roles, my different roles with his different roles next to
Yeah.
the and with like different looks, and it's scary how people think that.
Yeah. My God. Yeah, I can see. Yes, it's yeah, like people have really matched you, like, from,
I know,
per picture.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, my God. Yes, you like, I mean, I guess Bollywood will be knocking on your door very soon.
Well, if you share that photo, more batteries, that's why I cut.
Oh, okay. No worries, but yes, this is very uncanny how much you resemble each other. Yeah.
Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. When I first saw it, and I was like, okay, no wonder why I thought I was him. Back in like over 10 years ago. Yeah, I think you should share that video with your Indian fans so I can come and work in Hollywood, and so we can do more interviews.
Yes, of course. God bless. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. We're so happy to have
Thank you
you.
for having me. I'm so excited to do this interview with you and too many more, I hope.